Hello and welcome to all you Taurus people. Welcome for your monthly horoscope for the month of September of 2019. And September is usually a pretty good month for the Taurians. Why is that? Because there's at least the Sun and Mercury going in the sign of Virgo, and that is trining your energy. So, but what about this month in general? For everybody, it's a very Neptunian kind of month. Very Neptunian month, and I'll explain in a minute what that means. Now, for you in particular, Taurus people, this Neptunian kind of energy plays out in your fun houses. In the fifth house, which is the house of kids, of creativity, of having fun, of romance, opposing your 11th house of friends and goals for the futures, your aspiration, and squaring up to your 8th house where Jupiter is. And the 8th house is a very deep house. It's a very psychological house. So what does it mean? Neptune has the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's certainly not a bad influence or a bad planet or whatever. But we have the whole month Neptune squaring Jupiter. It goes exact on the 21st, but Neptune squaring Jupiter means, and you Taurus people will understand this very well, it means like you can have your head in the clouds, that's fine, as long as you've got the feet on the ground. And this is the trick, because Neptune squared Jupiter, they can deliver magic, for sure, when you have those feet on the ground and when you stay practical. And Taurians know all about that, because they are very down to earth. Notwithstanding the fact that Taurus people sometimes have a lot of planets in other signs like Aries or like Pisces. But it's about making your dreams real. And this is a month where you can see if your dreams are realistic or not. And it has to do with those areas that I just talked about, because your 5th house is really, really triggered. There's the Sun in there, Venus, Mars, Mercury, all in your 5th house, especially like the first 3 weeks of the month. That's basically the whole month, you could say, is really a beam on your 5th house. So get practical around things that relate to that 5th house, which is hobbies, which is creativity, which is children, which is romance. So for those of you who are single, wow, this could be really a month where you fall in love, and Venus and Mars are very close together still at the beginning of the month. So you could really fall for someone, but again, be with your head in the clouds, but be with the feet on the ground, then you can't do anything wrong. But there is a temptation here to want to escape, and because of the Jupiter-Neptune square, which is all about fantasy and idealism and about trying to go not really into the realistic realms. But again, so when you do fall in love around that time, it's great, enjoy it, but have the feet on the ground. And with that, I mean, don't expect too much from that other person. Don't put them on a pedestal. That's never good. Make sure that you do that, and then it can become a really, really beautiful romance there. Of course, not every Taurian is going to have romance or new romance. So for a lot of you, it could mean starting a new project, having a child, or working on that. Could be as well. The 5th house is the house of sexuality. But it's a very pleasant house, so anything that has to do with what you enjoy in life is activated here. So do that, for sure, but keep in mind that you don't go over the top, basically. You don't go over those boundaries, and that's for everyone. To hold your integrity is a very personal thing. So on a level of friends and on a level of objectives for the future and so on, it's a really good time to dream big, but again, make it practical, break it down into something that is possible. For some of you, it could have to do with starting your own business. That has to do something with the Neptunian world, which could be photography, which could be the film industry, which could be anything that has to do with projection, It's a very good time. But again, if you do something with a group of people, very, very good. But again, don't expect too much. Don't expect too much from that group or from your friends. If you do that, you can't get disappointed. So bottom line is, yes, enjoy. Enjoy the connection with other people, and you will have pretty good connections there. But don't try to put them too much, whether it is friends or whether it is a new lover, don't put them too much on a pedestal. And if you do that, you can't do anything wrong there. Having said, that's the most important thing for you. So it's a lot about fun, having fun, and it's a lot about also don't put too much validation on what other people say about you. It may sound a bit crazy, of course, if you do something or if you're in a learning process, you know, you can learn a lot by listening to other people. But what I mean is to get your confidence, make sure that it comes from you and not because someone else says, oh, you're great. That's a bit of a side way there that I wanted to give you. Anyways, have a lot of fun there. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to know more about astrology, look at my playlist. There's a lot of information there and topics about astrology. If you want a reading, just get in touch, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.